Okay, it's great to have on my show now. We have an artist from the land of Oz joining me. Welcome to Ziggy Alberts. Great to have you on, my friend, on the show here in the
Thank,
UK.
thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much. We haven't been able to get over there for a little while, so we appreciate it.
Yeah, lovely. I'm sure our listeners will be delighted to have you on. And what part of Oz are you based in at the moment?
So there's our nearest city is a place called Brisbane in Queensland,
Yep.
and we're about an hour north from there on a very beautiful patchy coastline. So yeah,
Lo-
pretty mild weather
yeah,
this neck of the woods.
lovely. And growing up, you're a singer-songwriter artist. Growing up, is it true you wanted to go into dentistry and engineering?
Yeah, I wasn't inclined musically, particularly through school. I wasn't pursuing music at all. I did two maths, two sciences, like was kind of just there to get a grade, and so to speak. And music was something I discovered when my parents bought me a guitar out of school. So I had some good family friends who were in dentistry and making positive impact with doing some dentistry in third world
Yeah.
countries, and had so I was like, okay, that's pretty cool, and knew I had to have something challenging, but it all turned into music, which was a very cool, unexpected path.
Great. And Ziggy Alberts, that's quite a show busy name. Do you think that helped you decide your fate, which path to take?
Potentially, it's certainly one you can get lot of trouble with. It's not a look, it's not a Tom Smith, is it? It's
Yeah.
yeah, but a lot of young Ziggies I've bumped into though now. A lot of little kids and toddlers, which is
Yeah.
fun.
I know you got Ziggy Marley and Ziggy Stardust as well. So yeah.
Mum was a big David Bowie fan,
Oh,
so I was named after my sister's soft toy line. But obviously, yeah, we have some incredible artists like that. So yeah, my birth name works well as a show name, which is good.
good stuff. And your new album, Searching for Freedom, would you say it's a voyage of self-discovery?
Absolutely, yeah, it has been. I'd say Laps Around the Sun, the last album, was a journey around the world, literally and figuratively. The title being Chasing Laps Around the Sun, and this album has been a very inward journey, as per the times.
And does it touch on human feelings we all may face on a daily basis, like emotions and
Yeah, it does. I think it touches on, oh man, it touches on a lot of different topics, but undoubtedly some of the day to day stuff. I think which is special because we all experience it every day. So for sure, there is a track that comes to mind. It's called "Feeling You."
great.
It's
And
track number 11.
yeah, and just going to mention a couple of tracks shortly. Searching for Freedom, is it storytelling as well? Like a picture paints a thousand words. Can that be the same with songs as well? You're right. They tell like a story.
I hope so. There's a song that comes to mind on there. I think it's track 10 that can be interpreted, like you said, a thousand different ways, kind of thing. And so, that is a beautiful part of songwriting, is you get to kind of do that.
Great. And you had kind words from Spindle and music critics alike. What's it like to be positively received?
It's easier. Short term, it's easier. It absolutely is. No, it's been amazing to have. Look, I enjoy. If people actually are positively impacted by your music, it's a wonderful thing in any amount.
Sure. And how do you decide what to call an album? Do you just take a track off that album and title it that way, or do you have to kind of be a bit more creative on what to call your album?
It's a great question. I think the best way to decide is that a title track's always useful, and how it embodies the songs and the underlying theme as a whole, I think is a really great way to, and so that's where Search for Freedom ended up being the
Yeah.
perfect fit.
And your track Searching for Freedom has been described as beautiful, otherworldly, and soothing, and has helped one. Yeah, just listening to some comments on the YouTube has helped one listener to heal their soul. So, how does that feel?
It's awesome because I think there's different times where you want to achieve things with your music, right? As far as, but with this album, what I want it to be a good companion to people. I want it to be something that's maybe a part of, if it could be an extra little bit of kindle on the fire and encourage people to be comfortable in their own skin and to go out into the world and offer their light and love. That's kind of what I hope this album can do.
Great. And you've pressed the vinyl as well. Is it nice to have a hard copy? Especially that feeling when it is physically in your hand with the artwork as well.
Absolutely, the vinyl experience is fantastic, and I think last year was the first year, based on a news piece I read, that it was the first year since like 1980 something that there was more vinyl sold than CD in the whole world. So there's been a massive comeback,
Yeah.
obviously, of vinyl, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, bit of like a renaissance, I guess.
That's right.
Yeah, and Chocolate is an album track I've selected to play, which we're going to play any second now after the interview. Can you tell me more about this Focus single?
Yeah, so this one, it pretty much just details something exactly as it happened in my life a couple of years ago. Somebody I met, and the story kind of what you want when you already have everything. That's the best way to put it. It's the things that fame and big crowds don't replace. And so it's this kind of waltzy, kind of a bit Ed Sheeran-y in a way. This kind of waltzy track off the record, and it just came together. It's just a sweet song. It's soft around the edges, and I think it carries a lot of themes everybody can relate to.
Great. And most people enjoy chocolate. Could it be a way of saying too much chocolate or anything, too much excess of anything is not necessarily a good thing?
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely could. I hope one day to actually do even if it's just a small run of with the song, to do like Ziggy Alberts chocolate and work with a chocolate company and do a little run of something. That would be a dream come true.
Yeah. And on a lighter note, what's your favourite chocolate? Turkish Delight or dark chocolate Belgium? Do you have a particular favourite? Or
my favourite chocolate? You put me on the spot here. I've got to think about it for a second. My favourite chocolate. You know what? I had several Kit Kats on a music video. On the music video shoot for Chocolate last week, I had several Kit Kats, and they were very good. So Kit Kat for tonight is going to be the answer.
How cool is that? And by the time this interview would have gone out, you would have done a live feed. Do you see this as another avenue of kind of performing to the masses worldwide?
Yes, I particularly see it as another avenue of possibly playing the back catalogue. And what I mean is that this is like the 5th record or something ridiculous, my 5th album, I think, and it kind of marks, it could be 70 something songs that have been released. Crazy. And so it could be a cool way to be able to present maybe an album from the past as as a whole piece. It might be a cool way, because when I go out to play a live show, there's only so many songs you can play as a solo artist in one evening. So I see it as a possible cool avenue to particularly revisit the back catalogue for fans.
Great stuff. Well, Ziggy Alberts, thank you for joining me, Dannison, on the UK radio shows. It's been a pleasure having you on, and very best with everything, your music journey and everything else you do.
Thank you, sir. Take care over there, and thank you so much for having us on.
Great stuff.